Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the so late, it's early show, live with me, your host, Karen Telsma. So we're here today to talk about the much anticipated, highest grossing movie, even more than the Avengers, Intersectionality in the City. So joining us today is the cast, and thank you all for coming. I'm honored to introduce you to leading lady, Liz Luxton.
Woo-hoo!
Calculated
go,
creative,
Liz.
Christina Barr.
Yeah.
The sophisticated sultress, Shauna Favre.
Woo-hoo!
The captivating and most complex, Catherine Goodall.
Woo-hoo!
And our very own reckless romantic, Russ Mendonça.
Woo-hoo!
And me, your host, with the most, Karen Telsma.
Yay, Karen!
So, Shauna, to get us started, can you give our viewers a quick synopsis of the storyline of intersectionality in the cities?
Of course, Karen. This movie is a romantic comedy about 6 Royal Roads University grad students learning about intersectionality and applying it to their lives in order to become more culturally sensitive. We want to inspire people to have the capacity to feel uncomfortable and wonder why. If we are responsible leaders, more and more of us, what impact do we want to have? What change can we make? We have to be the game changers.
So the movie's themed around intersectionality, but what exactly does that mean?
Good question. Well, intersectionality is like Shrek, Karen. He's an onion with a lot of layers. It's like an acknowledgement of all the layers that individuals have and how they interfere with or connect to your life experience and perspective.
Oh, thanks, Liz. So in the movie, you speak about social identity structures. So what are some examples of that?
Right. As you peel and cut into the layers of the onion, if you can do that without crying, that is, you will see layers of social identity. For example, you might see gender identity, race, economic status, education, to name a few. In our movie, we focused on gender, privilege, and power distance as a way to show some of the interconnected layers.
So why is intersectionality important?
Well, it's like a film scene where the background, the set, the music all add dimension to the story. It just helps you get more breadth and depth into the characters.
Thanks, Shauna. You've laid the groundwork for the storyline, and now I'm curious to spend some time thinking about or talking about the process of filming and if or how it aligns to the objectives of the movie. So turning to our reckless romantic, Russ, what was it like to work with an all-female cast?
I'm the luckiest guy in Hollywood. It was amazeballs. We had such a good time offset, too. We all had our own massive trailers, unlimited food, drinks on tap. It was great.
Wait, what? The 4 of us had to share one old, smelly, dank trailer.
It was cramped, it was smelly and awful.
Oh, stop your complaining. You guys made enough money that you guys could have bought your own trailer. You even stayed at the hotel, the Ritz-Carlton, right around the corner.
Say what? Russ, you made twice as much as we did.
Really? You sure? I had no idea. You guys kind of did all the work. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, Russ, you're right about that. You should be sharing your earnings.
Show us the money, Russ.
So, Russ, it really sounds like you're a bit oblivious to your advantages. So hearing this truth come out, how does that impact your perspective now?
Well, clearly I need to be more conscious of those around me. Thinking back, I walk past that crappy trailer every day.
And so the theme of the movie is to inspire leaders to take responsibility and create change. So how do you do that? How do you influence change?
Well, Karen, we needed to speak out about this earlier, make decisions differently, and take a stand for equality.
Definitely. I was going to a few times, but I was totally worried about what it may have looked like and about how it might affect my casting in the future,
Yeah, we didn't say anything either, and we went along with it.
So you probably saw the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. There were comments around that there was not enough diversity in the cast. So how do you respond to that?
Well, we hired the best that Hollywood had available. We could not get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but Russ was our second choice. We needed some more diversity.
First, second choice? What are you talking about? Diversity? They told me I was handpicked.
So, Catherine, speaking of diversity, your accent stands out in this film.
We debated about subtitling the movie because of it.
What accent? You guys are the ones who sound funny. I speak the Queen's English.
So, additionally, it's well known that you outsourced the film crew to a group from India. So what international flavor did they bring?
Oh, such international flavor. They had amazing smelling food and some really cool sounding prayers. So we took tons of filming breaks for them to pray.
Wow, that does sound interesting. Tell me more.
We didn't really talk to them. We left that to the director.
We left a lot to the director.
Yeah, like when it was time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we didn't have much input into our roles.
Well, I did, but then the director and I are old buddies. As leader of the Actors Guild, I spoke with him a lot. Was he ever held hostage by the union? Well, they sure made a lot of demands.
Shauna, it sounds like you had influence in decision-making or the power.
Well, I wouldn't say I had actual power, but I did make a few suggestions.
Well, every time I tried, the director just walked away.
Shauna, you did happen to wear your Actors Guild name tag every time filming ended. Funny how that works.
Right. The Actors Guild Union.
And wow, did those other union guys ever tell the director where to go and how to get there? The director cringed every time they walked over.
I definitely had moments of wondering who is really running the show. As now that I know I'm the highest paid actor, I would have figured I'd have some input. Guess I'm only good for my looks.
Nice, Russ. Yeah, unions can create a separation of their own, that's for sure. I see it both on set and within the Justice Institute where I volunteer.
Isn't that what unions were created to avoid?
Right? I've also seen how unions can generate a power reversal in my other role in healthcare. So I guess now my question is to you all, is how do you see gender privilege and power distance show up in your work?
Well, Karen, the gender gap really burns my britches, as you guys would say in North America.
Working in the education system myself, I find that the age of the students and the grade level being taught seems to determine if it's a male or female job.
I find banking, especially the bank I do promo spots for, very progressive in gender.
Yeah, same, Russ. I agree with you in banking, much more progressive, but in my current role, I'm a trailblazer, hopefully cutting a new path for others.
Awesome, Liz. So would you all look at things differently now after filming this movie?
Definitely. I plan to get curious when I feel discomfort. I want to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yes, what she said, me too. I'm going to live outside my comfort zone more often now.
When I notice inequality, I'm going to speak up. The problem is that I can be blissfully unaware of it. I need to be more in tune with my surroundings and the perceptions others have to be more sensitive.
The more I know, the more self-awareness I have about the impact inequality has on others.
Yes, I agree, Shauna. In order to understand cultural sensitivity, we all have to work through the stages of development to evolve into adaptive and integrated individuals.
Well, that concludes our session with the intersectionality in the city's cast. And while we can't wait to see the movie, it's coming out in theaters in January 2020. And after the break, we'll come back with our special musical guests, the Spice Girls. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Woohoo!